You there, bro? Hold on, I can't hear you. All right, I'm on. Say something, bro.
Hello.
There you go. What's
Okay.
up?
So you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Bro, it's crazy how like you'll have plans to do some shit, and bro, my body told me to crash this morning, so I ain't get nothing done that I was supposed to do. I just slept in. So when I
Yeah,
seen your
yeah.
message, I was like, I'm glad that nigga's still available because I've been wanting to really get this out the way for a while now. Um, how you been, bro?
I'm making it, man.
Where you at? Like, what city? What region? If you don't want to tell niggas what city,
No, I'm
I
in
know you a
Dallas at the moment.
mysterious
Are
nigga.
you able
Oh,
to
for
see
real?
me or what?
Nah, I can't see you, bro. I can only hear you.
Okay, I have my camera off. I turned it on. I'm not sure how this setup works.
Those is just vitamins I took, bro.
I'm not
Nope.
questioning anything. I can barely see
I'm
you.
I'm telling everybody, bro. Like that wasn't Percocet
Okay.
or Adderall. Let me see. As a matter of fact, it was what B12, turmeric, and what's another vitamin I take? I can't think off the top of my head.
Should I leave and come back or what?
Let me see if I can. You got your mic. Yeah, let's give it a shot. I'm about to remove you and then send you another link.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
What's up, big dog?
Okay, what's good with it?
Nothing much, man. I pulled up. I just googled your name, which is
Yeah, I
pretty
see.
cool.
It's
Which is
hilarious to me. It's a lot of old stuff on there.
yeah, I know. But this obviously stuck out to me the most, being from Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who, whoever had you do this, or did you just do this randomly?
DJ Murray.
Yeah, okay, Merc. Yeah, that is Merc.
Yeah,
Bro,
he done took on different forms since then. So
right. He
yeah,
you hit this.
that was a wave though, man.
I
That was a
know,
wave. That was a moment.
I know. I bet, bro. Merc kind of hit a certain peak in this independent music shit. So
Yeah.
cool. Is there a place that you would send me to specifically if I was like to meet you on the street and be like,
The
"Hey, bro,
Instagram right now.
I thought so." So I got that
Yeah, the
pulled up for you
Instagram
too.
right now.
I got that
I
pulled up.
used to have my website. Then my went through a dry spell where I didn't wouldn't pay my stuff off, and so somebody went
I
in
know
there and
how that is
co-opted my
and
name.
grabbed it.
So I can't get fly with a
Damn,
custom.com. So I got
they
fly
got to
with it, which is better. But now I
because
can't
that's
get
what
fly
niggas
with my
call you anyway.
Instagram though.
Oh, okay.
You know what
What
I'm
about
saying?
what about the fly? And I know you probably don't fuck with this because of aesthetics. But what about the fly dot with it? Have you ever
Mm,
thought about that?
nah, I just got the
You ain't fucking with it
flywithit.com. I got the
uh,
flywithit.com. That's cool with me.
on Instagram too.
Nah, the flywithit.com is the actual website that I have to work
Right,
on now. It's gonna be on Shopify.
right, right. Yeah, I'm working on something too. As a matter of fact, bro, we could probably collab. Hold on. We'll talk specifics with that after we get out the stream, just because it's like personal business for
Hmm.
real. But I got this idea last night that hit me. That's the reason why I stayed up too late, bro, thinking and shit. I'm trying to put your Instagram up here too, so people can see your work. There you go. There we go. So yeah, bro, I was like, I need to start making t-shirts from quotes of the stream. Like my homegirl Desiree, bro, she really hit me hard with the "I don't apologize to white people." I was like, that's a shirt.
Mm, okay.
That is a fucking shirt. And a mentality. I don't know if you want to go there, if you've been there mentally, but I remember, bro, what I was probably like 23. So this is probably like 10, 11 years ago, bro. We used to talk when I was in college at Richland College, bro, studying philosophy, and my brain just busted wide open, bro.
Hmm.
We used to talk every day, bro, about I hate putting tags on things, but I would say like black liberalism and being pro black, pan Africanism, all of that. Every little subcategory of being black you can think of in America, me and
Right.
you done touched at least once.
Hmm.
How do you still feel about that? Like just regular, just being black in America. How do you feel about that, G?
I don't know. I'm waiting for somebody else to tell me. I don't know what black culture is anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's been interesting watching the transition between you and different people and where our
Mhm,
headspace is. And
mhm.
so it wanes every day. Like if someone gets shot
It's
down, then
volatile.
we pro black, then it goes back to the norm. Whatever someone is promoting at the time is what we with. So I don't know.
Yeah, bro. I realized that last night, to be honest. Hold on. So Charleston White, I seen an interview. Have you ever heard of him?
Yes.
Okay. I seen an interview where he discussed a lot of different things. And you need something? You sure? All right. So what was I about to say? Oh yeah, Charleston White. He had this interview, and then that's piggybacking off of a link that Desiree sent me. Talking about upward mobility in America, and being black, obviously, and saying like, is there truly a such thing as upward mobility in this society? Being black, or are you really just like getting a carrot dangled in front of you and there won't ever truly be any change, or like you kind of just playing a game that you'll never really win because once you get money, um you kind of force to assimilate, and then when you force to assimilate you get the nice house in the neighborhood where nobody else like you is around and people are looking at you when you check the mail like, how'd you get the crib? So it's like you're not ever really looked at as equal. And then I had another conversation with somebody that I got to get you in here with. Even if, I mean, we can record it, but if things get too, I'm the type of person I'm gonna post everything as long
Okay.
as the parties agree. Obviously, like I don't want to mess up any relationships, but um,
You talking about
just
STEM?
well, what I was about to say is I got this friend named Bean, bro, that I wanted you to meet 10 years ago. I used to talk to you about him all the time. I used to talk to him about you all the time just because like we kind of had the same headspace, we kind of had the same intention at the time, which was, I don't know, just trying our best to mobilize. I don't even know what we were trying to do, fly, like, but I do know that like me personally, like I just wanted to help, and I wanted people to be more aware, more conscious, of damn of I guess you would say like white supremacy and racism and how it
Hmm.
affects you and how it's systematic. So I talked to him to get this stream stuff going, bro, just to test all of my connections and the aesthetic of it and all of that. And we had a really good conversation, but my mic sucked at the time, like, and the volume sucked, so I couldn't go live with the recording. But he said he was down to have another conversation because he was bringing up capitalism and time and how basically it's almost a necessary evil at this point in time, like where society's headed, for us to put our heads down and try our best to stack up some paper, fall back, and learn how to work the land. That's his take on things, which he from Waxahachie, Texas, so you can tell why.
As in like building and manufacturing your own.
Yeah, infrastructure, yep. Starting off like one little small community at a time. He was and it wasn't for like black liberation or anything. It was just for the sake of like he said, being at peace and being free, like with your family and not feeling those struggles or pressures that the systematic structure of white supremacy puts on you. So we'll talk about that later. I didn't necessarily call you to talk about uh ethics or culture or anything. I really wanted to talk to you about your art and catch up with you, bro. I ain't talked to you in a while. And the
Hmm.
last time I really had a conversation with you, other than that brief conversation that was like probably 6 to 9 months ago,
Yeah, yeah.
I was talking to you about podcasting and I was talking to you about astrology and spirituality and all
But
of that.
but we was talking about doing all that way back then.
That's the point.
We actually recorded some stuff way
I
back
still
then.
I still got it.
You feel me? So like again, when I talk about transition and stuff, like imagine we would have been still doing that from then to now, and how stuff would have changed. But
True.
no one ever acts on anything for whatever
True.
reason.
So that's the reason why I said yesterday, like the whole consistency thing. And when you was like, whatever that means, I know exactly how you feel about that because my consistency definition might not be the same as you. Like, and from what I've been through, especially being a creative, all it is right now, bro, is I show my work ethic through my medium or my platform, which is I gotta make sure that I stream something every day. um I have my certain like integrity and like my motive for my stream, which is just being authentic. um I come from a people pleasing personality, bro. Like I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to be in harmony. I got a Libra rising. So I created this platform just so I can learn how to not marginalize or morph or change myself for the sake of somebody else's comfort. Especially being a talented person, like in the past always being in a group. Like you can see it on my resume. Like I've never done anything by myself solo. I've always tried to include other people. I've always tried to lift other people up. And this platform for me was made so people can just hear my voice because I am a pretty opinionated person. And then the other thing was for authenticity. So the consistency for me is making sure that I do this every single day, whether somebody look at it, whether somebody don't, whether somebody like it, whether somebody don't, whether it's trolls in the comments, people love it in the comments, like putting this out every single day just to kind of work on me. And then it's so crazy that with my background, it turned into being a marketing opportunity for all of my friends because I don't know if you could probably call me shallow in a sense, but my friends are really talented people. I really don't call you a friend unless you got some type of discipline that you do very well and you take seriously. That's the way I vet my friendships. So you was a person that after I kind of got it up and I got back on social media projecting on social media, actually putting shit out versus just lurking and spying on niggas. I was like, I got I got to get fly on here. As you can see, like Slim, I've incorporated Slim in a lot of small projects that I've done with other artists because I was kind of behind the scenes, not necessarily managing, but like executive producing. Like I've been a cinematographer for a few videos that have been shot down here. I'm real passionate about that too. And then that's where I was like, me and Fly could probably have a good ass art conversation now because I know a lot more about visual art theory than I ever did when you was doing stuff with Soul Illusion.
Okay.
Yeah, a
Okay.
lot
So
more.
I have a
Go,
question. Then you're talking about creating
go ahead.
daily, and as a creator,
Creating daily. I like that. You made it way more simple with that Capricorn on you. Go ahead.
okay, right? So when you talk about creating daily, where is the line between creating quality every day and then being a content creator? Where is the line between that?
With the people, you know what I mean? Like so this is just my perspective. When I create I watched this video, bro, when I was doing the marketing thing, when I had left music alone completely. And it was when Prince had passed away. And it was Prince's engineer, which is his white lady. I don't know her name. But that shocked me right there. You know, it was this older white lady talking about being an engineer for Prince for
Hmm.
years. And she said, it's two things that artists need to know. It's two ways that you can look at art. She said it's only two. She said you either make stuff for yourself or for other people.
Okay.
That's it. So like I would say content creating is kind of more so for other people, which is what I was just giving my disclaimer for. That's not necessarily what I'm making this for. That's why it's really tough for me to even get people to understand like, bro, I'm really just on the phone with you. This is basically just FaceTime without FaceTime.
Yeah,
You
but you're
know, because
recording it and putting it out as content.
right, well, I'm recording it and publishing it as whoever finds this might find value in it. It's just like a conversation that you have in public. If me and you were having it one on one, but somebody's just a fly on the wall or sitting on this couch back here listening.
Yeah, that's why people will be doing the FaceTime, the Instagram lives.
Exactly, exactly. So, but I would call content curation more so me actually having a program or a destination with what I'm doing. Like, I have no banner, I have no logo, I have no like this. It's being promoted, and you know, I do come up with taglines, I come up with titles and everything, but there's no end goal for me, bro. Other
Hmm.
than 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And if I'm gonna be honest, this is a part of a financial freedom plan that I have for myself and my family. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But as far as how I get there, the only reason why I would say that I'm not content curating on purpose is because I don't know. Like, if I was, I wouldn't be doing it yet because my curse of wanting everything to be perfect. That's another reason
Hmm.
why I started this. I wouldn't even have done it yet. Like I told you, I don't have a logo yet. I don't have a true uh like tagline or focus yet. Like, so I would have never done this. I would have never put them out. But me saying, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna work on, like I said, being authentic. I'm gonna work on being consistent. I'm gonna work on just putting shit out no matter what. Because you might look at it through a practical lens, especially being an earth sign. But for me, it's more of a spiritual thing of me just releasing my energy.
Okay.
There's no way in the world I can get the what goes around comes around if it stays inside of myself. So if my perspective is only my own and I'm not sharing it with other people or with the universe, how can I get that rollback, that tide that's gonna bounce back? And I've already seen that tenfold just off of the first 3 or 4 episodes.
So you already been getting what you're receiving some energy back from what you've been putting out.
For sure.
Is it
And I see the
positive, negative,
difference.
or what?
I think everything's both, bro. All the time. Like I'm a gray area person all the time.
So
I
you
mean,
just like
like
the duality of it.
every single time, bro. I've been through and we won't make it heavy like this, but you've
What
heard
you
audio
mean?
bio.
Then what we
Now listen.
doing?
Because well, when I say heavy, I'm talking about I'm gonna speak on what you're saying directly, but I'm talking about putting a lot of water or emotion in it because I don't want the pocket, bro. I'm a vibes guy. You
Okay.
know, everything about me, like sonics, music, that's all energy, and I don't want to shift the tide of the interview into like my personal life or tragedies. But what I will say is going through that. See, even now, like, so what I was doing was was protecting my thought process too. I think so much, I'll get distracted by new thoughts. It's like a tab on the computer, so I got to kind of stay on one at a time, or the conversation becomes circular versus linear, which like that's okay with me. But I wanted to respond to your point, and then we would have went somewhere. So, what was the question? Do you remember the question that you asked me before I said I won't take it there?
You was talking about you didn't want to get too deep, but I
Right.
was talking
Well, that was
about
after. But yeah, what was you talking about right
you was
before that?
talking about perfectionism and putting the stuff out and things like that, and that you
So
received
it's
the
a
kind of
little.
energy that you wanted.
There you go. When I said good or bad, so we was talking
Mm-hmm.
about you was talking about the duality.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been through tragedies, bro. Like as a young kid, like okay, so we'll just take it there. My
You don't
dad
you don't
killed my
I,
my dad
I
killed
know
my
the
mom.
story, but I know your
Right.
story. You
So
know what I'm
listen.
saying?
So
So
oh
not
yeah. So you
okay.
saying other people don't?
Yeah, but not
I
to
got
get personal. Like I don't feel like you have to even get personal to discuss certain topics.
well for my perspective on this. That's the reason why I have to get a backstory to let you know. Like that's what made me. That's
Yeah,
not a bad
yeah.
thing. You see what I'm saying? That's not a
Hmm.
like when you're saying personal, it's not personal, it's my story. It's the life that I would it's my worldly life that I was
Okay.
brought into. But I'm giving that backstory to show you like that's why that's my perspective. I think that I got a lot of positive out of that. Would I wish that on myself? Of course not. Would I wish that on somebody else? Of course not. But that's the reason why I look at things that way. It's like there's no good or bad. Like I'm forced to have to find a silver lining because of my upbringing from
Okay.
the beginning. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I see what you're
So
saying.
that's where I'm always at with things. Cause if not, then I would probably have a totally different story, fam.
So you didn't have no expectations.
I yeah, no. I
Okay.
don't for this. I don't for this conversation. Um
I mean,
I
just the
think that that
platform
keeps
in general, like to talk to people. Like, do you have an
mhm.
overall purpose or intent?
Nah, bro, connection is like the most important thing to me in life.
Hmm.
You know, and it's tough because it puts me at like a little seesaw situation because if you connect with everyone, then you have some people that feels like the connection isn't real because you connect with everyone, but that just shows what expectation might do is expectation creates this fixation on what you want to happen versus what is really in front of you and what's
Hmm.
really real, you know. um I think that right now, where things are, is I have guidelines with YouTube that I have to have. Like I told you, I have to have 1,000 subscribers. I have to have these other little checkpoints. That's it, bro. And like I thought about it last night. I was like, shit, I could put out 1,000 videos and they only have one view, and I hit those checkpoints, and that's what it is. Like bro, me mentally and spiritually, I don't try to control much but myself. And all I can control is making content every day, talking to people every day. And the cool part about it all is the people that I'm talking to, they have personal brands or they have talents or they have perspectives and opinions. Like Desiree doesn't create anything. I mean, she writes, but I mean, she just has her own voice and her own opinion, and people get to hear it and share it. So when I say connection, I think I'm really talking about communication, fly like communicating openly, effectively. Um, I think that that's a skill that is necessary and that we're losing in life and in society. And I guess you would say that's what my platform is kind of more so geared towards, is just having real conversations with real people. Like I talked to a good friend of mine, and he was trying to kind of like give me this marketing plan and all of that. And I'm like, bro, to be honest, let's say for instance Kodak, I get to a point that Kodak Black wants to be on this show versus Say Cheese TV. Like Say Cheese is this big ass production. You got lights, you got cameras, you got uh camera angles. I was like, I don't think I ever want my shit to be that way. I think I want people to see Kodak sitting in his chair at his crib, comfortable in some pajamas, just having a regular conversation with me as if he would on FaceTime.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think you get different parts of people that way. Like you don't like somebody texted me after they seen the Slim interview, because I don't know if you seen it or not, but he
Yeah,
was
I
going,
watched part of the.
yeah,
You talking about his? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to watch the. You gonna
the
response video, the second
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The response is at the kind of very end, but they was talking about how they seen the response video after they seen the Slim interview, and they hit me immediately, and they was like, and this is a black woman, and she was like, you know what, I can really appreciate what you're doing now, and I'm actually here for it because I've never seen black men have honest conversations about their emotions in public.
Mm.
And I was like, that's exactly the point I was trying to get to, because that's the type of person I am. Fly, bro. I'm gonna talk about any and everything with any and everybody and not feel a way about it, but still be super deep and personal about it. Like you see, I brought up my past. I don't care. So I can have a conversation with a Jewish white man, or I can have a conversation with a conservative right wing white guy, and it'll be okay. It's not about. It's kind of like how do you feel about Kanye, bro? It's kind of like where Kanye kind of was trying to take the world. I'm there too. I got a Gemini moon, so I kind of see where he at, like the duality of it all. It's like people can be bad people and good people at the same time.
Is Kanye like the scapegoat for that kind of thinking, or what?
I mean, he's the poster boy for it. I wouldn't say the scapegoat, but I
Because
would
when you
say that
say like Kanye, I don't even know what you're referencing. You know what I'm saying? Because he dibbles
I
and
just
dabbles
told
in
you.
and out.
Exactly. But that's to me, that's life. Like life isn't linear. Like Kanye can feel this way. That's what I was trying to explain to Slim. Bro, you can say fuck me personally
Hmm.
today. And the type of person I am mentally, if tomorrow you say, you know what, it ain't fuck you, bro. I was tripping. I can understand that. But what I do want to know is why I want to explore why was it fuck me at that time and why is it not fuck me now?
Mm.
Like because I think that that's the most important part is the in between. Like what changed? What changed your perspective on fuck me? You know what I mean? And I think that that applies to any and everything, bro. Like I'm sure you done said fuck this art shit, but now
Yeah,
you
yeah,
back doing it. You know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
which
That's
one
what we
was
had in
right
real
and
life.
which one was right and which one was wrong? It's not. It's a. I think that people try to do this either or thing, and it's always and
Well, it's the
always.
way it depends on your lifestyle and if you actually trying to live and survive and what your means of income is. That's really what
Hmm.
it is. And
Hmm.
that's why, that talent thing don't mean nothing. And you said consistency. I'm like, that consistency and you just putting that work. Yeah, you consistently just work with
Well,
people regardless of they budgets.
well,
That being
practice.
loyal to the wrong people that's not loyal to you. What are we
But that's.
talking about?
I'm glad you brought
Consistency.
that up. That's that
What do you mean?
expectation thing, though. When you say being loyal to people that ain't loyal to you, right,
Yes.
bro? We don't know what's gonna happen 6 months from now.
So
You
what
don't
is
know what that
consistency?
relation. Just,
If it's
bro,
not six
doing.
months, is it a week? It's a day.
I feel like that comes from a person that is afraid of something. Like what are you trying to not have done happen to, like what are you trying to keep away from you? You know, are you trying not to be taken advantage of? Are you trying not to have your time wasted? Are you trying not to, because for me, somebody that enjoys, that's the reason why it's probably so hard to comprehend with this. I just like talking to people. So if
Mm-hmm.
I like talking to people, I'm not talking to you for you to like me. You know, I'm talking to you to talk to you, like to get more information, to see where's your perspective, where's mine, where's the Venn diagram of value in the middle of it. Where's valuable information for myself?
Mm-hmm.
So so when you say, am I working with people just for the sake of working with people? It's like if you have your intention set up from the jump, I would I feel like consistency is working on your intention constantly, no matter what the fuck somebody else got going on. Like no matter what, like, and you can have your sense. So like that's where the material world and the immaterial world, they bounce, and it's so crazy because I'm a Cancer and you're a Capricorn, and that's literally like what we both uh specialize in. They say Capricorn specialize in public perception, like public image, career, discipline, if I'm gonna be honest, like material manifestation, like that's what, if you do any research on Capricorn, y'all are ruled by the 10th house. The 10th house is called your midheaven. Your midheaven is how people view you professionally, period. I don't know what your midheaven is, but mine's Cancer. So I got my sun in there, I got my Venus in there, I got my Mercury in there. That's what I'm doing right now. My sun is my personality, how people view you in your career, right? And
Mm-hmm.
your professional image. My sun is my personality. My Mercury is my communication, my thought and my logic. My Venus is what you love, finance, and a slew of other different things, but like those are some quick ones. And it's in my 10th house of Capricorn. You know what I mean? So I bring that up to say you're talking to the one person that don't really care about material, bro. Never have, never will. Money don't move me. Does it mean, I mean, I got kids. I know they have to eat. I know they need security. But if it was truly up to me, like my boy Bean said, I would show them how to not have to depend on the US dollar for all of that. You know, the way I've had to. If it was truly up to me, I'll show them how to live a peaceful life strictly off of what God done gave us. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what motivates me to do everything, is to kind of get to a point to where, bro, I got plans to open up a recycling center in my hometown to change our resources. I'm drinking water right now. This could be money. You know what I mean? You can make a table out of this. You can build a house out of this. You can make a brick out of this. All you gotta do is heat it up, cook it. You know what I mean? Shred it, heat it up, cook it, put it in the mold, and you know, it's like I don't, because I feel like when you take that material approach, and like I told you, it's some pluses for it, that you limit your thinking. You know, it's a lot of people don't think that they can make it unless they get signed. I talk to artists a lot, and artists be talking about record deals, and I'm like, bro, you I'm not gonna tell you you can't, but you kind of focused on the wrong thing, fam, because you got a laptop and you got a microphone and you waiting on somebody to save you versus make some songs and go out and touch some people. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say about your art is, bro, your art can touch people without monetizing it. And I think that that's probably the way that you will. Look at Banksy. Banksy was putting his shit on the side of walls. Now this nigga is making art that's being auctioned for millions of dollars that he trolling the niggas at the auction. Did you see that piece that he made that exploded as soon as the nigga bought it?
No,
Let me see if I can find that for you. But obviously, I'm not here to dictate somebody's uh trajectory in life, my nigga. I'm opinionated, but I'm
but
not like that.
you suggesting that I do more free work or work that I'm not getting
Yes,
paid for?
well, the fact that you just brought that up, yes, because you brought it up.
Do you feel like I haven't done that?
No, but I feel like I'm gonna just say it. Fuck it, because I don't. My intention is pure, bro. I'm not trying to be combative with you, but I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like you don't have fun making art anymore if you won't do it for free.
If I won't do it for free, that mean I'm not having fun.
I think so. Yeah, that's my opinion. Because like, why wouldn't you? I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't charge as well. Like you, so I guess that's why people in your position ask like, what's your budget? You know what I mean? And you respecting your time, I understand as well. Just like me, like I'll go to a regular job and also still do this. But me personally, I think that the magic in what you're doing is not monetizing it specifically for the sake of monetizing it. I'll give you another example. The Panda song, bro, with the fucking whatever his name is. The nigga from New York that ended
Are
up
you talking
signing
about
with Kanye.
designer?
Designer.
Hmm.
Designer went to that producer and said, "Hey, bro, I got a hit. It's starting to pick up steam. Let's work out this 50-50 where we split points." The producer said, "Nah, bro, I'm cool. Just give me like I don't know what the number was, but about like $5,000 for the song." Bro, do you know how much money was made off that record? They still play it in arenas to this day. And I think that the focus on capitalizing and capital overlooked the fact that when he made the beat, the nigga just wanted to make the beat. You know, like I think that there's a like I said, I'm gray area and I'm thinking out loud right now, although it
Hmm.
is on record. So I
Yeah.
don't feel bad with sitting with this video and coming back and giving my thoughts later if they change. But I will say that I think that there is a gray area to where you can't be black or white about it. You can't say, all right, I'm only gonna charge niggas for art. And then what if you have a opportunity with an upcoming artist or anything, upcoming gallery or something, and they like, all right, but I don't want to pay you, and that's your big break. I mean, I won't say that
But
you'll
it's
lose.
not though, because it's not. It's an illusion.
Why you say
I'm
that?
because you haven't really asked me, but I've
Yeah.
lived the things you're talking about. Where you, if you talk to certain people, they can be charismatic, and I can feed off the energy. Like I support what you behind. I see the vision. I do
Hmm.
it for free. I do it for cheap. Whatever. Let's go get it. Right. You
Hmm.
do the campaign, you go do what you do. It either make it or it don't. You go see
Hmm.
success, you don't. It's not like you're gonna read down and come talk to me about it. That's a moment in time. You're gonna go forward and go work with somebody else. It is not as if I'm moving with you. It's just a space and time that I'm working with a person.
Well, okay, so now I think that you should have paperwork in place to protect the energy that you put out for sure. And that's what I was talking about with the designer situation. Do I think that the nigga should have said, "Yeah, you can have a beat for free and not have any points on the record"? No. You gotta capture, you gotta make sure niggas keep the same energy when they coming to you, like you said, being charismatic and making all of these promises. But
So
if that's
how do you work for free and don't worry about monetization, but also have your paperwork?
so, like I said, contracts, that's easy. But when you say work for free, right? I don't believe nothing's free, bro. That's the illusion. My nigga, you don't know how. As a matter of fact, fly with it. I'm pretty sure I came across you off of some free work that you did.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's how I know about you.
Yeah,
And then on
probably.
And then on top of that, though, my manager and our situation, we had our business somewhat together, especially compared to that time with other people that was in those positions to where we paid you for some work. So it's like, what really do you want out of your art? That's the part I can't dictate for you, fam. But I do want to know. That's what I'm asking you right now. Like, what exactly is the end goal? Like, what does you being an artist, drawing, and bro, you talented as hell. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. Obviously, I'm gonna show you my favorite one too. That color palette, crazy to me, bro. This realism is crazy to me, bro. It's like, what exactly do you want this to do for you in your life?
This is the free art you talking about. You said if
Hmm.
I'm not doing art that I'm not having fun for, this is stuff I was doing for quote unquote fun.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And nothing really came out of it. You know what I'm saying? I got some likes, you know,
Yet.
got some shares,
Yet.
and I
Yet.
continue doing it. But I had to get, I was working a regular job while I'm doing that.
Right.
You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
normally the
I
way it
was
be.
over the road at that time.
That's normally the way it be too.
So
And
the way I look
is
at it,
this
right?
is this Megan? I mean
What?
Morgan? Yeah, Morgan.
Yes.
This is that's
And
crazy.
and
This
so
so
like,
clean.
you know, if I'm making my money somewhere else while still focused on the art, it's taking away time from something else.
Um, I guess it really comes down to how you want to balance your life, fam. Because, like, are these on canvases?
No, these most of those are digital,
Okay,
but anything can be printed on a canvas
I didn't
if
know
it's the
that.
right size. Yeah, that's
I didn't know
nothing.
that. Um, so yeah, bro, like I think that's more of a right now thing, G. Like, especially with you, like your shit not like ours with music where sonically, thank God we was kind of like weird and alternative with our samples to where that shit will probably still be like the quality's terrible vocally, but it'll still kind of not feel like you listening to LL Cool J in 2021. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
but you making visual art, fam. Like that shit'll never go anywhere. As a matter of fact, did Basquiat get to see him be Basquiat like he is now? Now, like that's kind of what you
No,
signed up
no,
for.
not really.
That
No,
right?
not
I'm saying
really.
that's kind of what you signed up for. It's kind of like uh, and that goes for authors too, like writers. Most of them get their like niggas wasn't really on that Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich while he was here. That shit is now a cult classic that he's gone and it's touched so many different people. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But I understand both sides of this conversation. Like when you said if I'm going to work every day, that's where I've been the past 7 years since I had children. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know, we don't share some moments where it seemed like you gonna hop back out here with some music. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You dipped your toe back in and didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? We
Hmm.
had plenty of conversations, snippets sent to me, all that, and
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by that life, that grown man thing where either you chasing paper or you chasing passion. And so with the art thing specifically, like are we talking about like me just doing work every day? Does it always have to be high quality? Can I just do some rough sketches? So that's why I threw some rough sketches out there to see what happened.
Hmm.
Nah, I
Hmm.
can't really just throw no sketches out there and not really mess with that. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, so the stuff I'm doing now, let me see if I can do some fire line work. You know what I'm saying? Show people I'm not tracing if they care about that, because there's a lot of people out here tracing. I don't know if
Hmm.
they care about that or not. So
Bro,
I'm
you
showing
hit
you,
that.
hey, I'm showing you, hey, I'm not tracing. Does that matter? If it don't
Mhm.
matter, I can trace all day and I can pump out work every day. Does the idea
Yeah.
have to be original? Does it have to be
Mm.
fan art?
I
If
don't
I can
think
just
we have.
if I
I
can
don't
just
think
do
we have
something that
those.
exists, I do that every day. That's what
I
I'm
don't think
saying. Do I have to produce something that's original every day for it to matter?
I don't think so anymore, bro. Me and Steph, the last interview that I did, my homeboy from Black Wall Street, we talked about that. He said he was just talking about the music space, but he said that we were the last people that he found on the internet where like talent and skill that actually mattered. And I mean, obviously, me and you come from the same. We
Yeah,
come from
yeah,
the
yeah.
same, yeah, era. So like, that's really what you speaking on. Is like we came from an era where, yeah, the internet was getting big and Twitter was popping off, even Instagram was popping off when we
Mm-hmm.
met. But it was still about, like skill and really, to be honest, substance.
Mm-hmm.
And nah, bro, it done got to the point that this shit moves so fast now. That's another reason why I'm not programming my channel. Like, for what? When I could just talk, or I can make a reaction video to some more shit that's already got a million views, and just put it out. Like, I think the quality, I think the rubric of quality has changed
But
tremendously.
even what you're talking about, it's a window between you need to talk about that information.
Oh
So,
yeah, for
like,
sure.
even with the reaction video, if you don't hop on that wave and the hashtag, you gonna miss it.
Well, if you want astronomical views, but I got my own personal network of people that maybe care about what I have to say about it, or maybe they didn't get the news, like they haven't seen the Charleston White interview. So it's more so like I'm more so kind of like broadcasting news now than anything, which
So
is something that
what is
I've
it?
always been passionate about anyway, because I had social commentary in my songs.
So what is that milestone, that YouTube milestone, the 1,000 subscribers? What did that allow? What does that allow you to
Thousands
do?
1,000 subscribers, and I think it's 4,000 watch hours allows you to monetize your views. So they'll pay you 10 cents
Mm.
per every view. Yeah. And I mean, somebody like me, this is a really good conversation, bro. I didn't think it was at first, but it is, bro. Cause somebody like me being able to just be myself on camera and give my perspective on things, like being such a deep thinker, like that will allow me to be at peace and be happy, fam. If I could just sit in front of the camera and talk to people, break down certain things, because me and you, bro, like something will happen right now and we'll have an opinion on it that most people aren't even thinking that far, bro, or
For
thinking that
sure.
deep,
But
or
how
they
do
don't
you,
even care.
well, you doing it? Because I've always wondered, how do you monetize thoughts? Like, what's the point of reading and getting knowledge if there's nothing to do about it? Like, what kind of solution are you trying to solve? Like,
That's
it's not a
real.
big world problem that the normal everyday people can really solve.
Right. Right.
We're not, unless you're in politics. I think that's why we was having the conversation we was having, because we was talking about what did you had sent me something? What was that? Building like a cult following or something like that. Like, you have to have the people, and
Mm-hmm.
not. I know there's not that conversation, but the NFT space, it doesn't go without having a community attached to it.
I
That's
agree.
why having Discord community and all that stuff is popping right now. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you build, again? How do you build that cult life following? How do you get your
Right.
1,000 followers,
And
subscribers, and
when
whatnot?
and when I say consistency, bro, like you got somebody like Young Boy, right? Bro, it's when I say consistency, maybe consistency isn't the right word. You have to have quantity. You have to have product, like, and it has to be enough for the people that want it. Like, it's almost like, we'll sit and wait on a Kendrick album because he came through in that same space we were talking about. We know that it's gonna be substance. We know it's gonna be quality. But these new artists, bro, with their fan bases, they just want music. Give me music. Give me music. Give me music. Give me. They don't care if it's an EP. They don't care what the title of the album is.
You, because you talked about a vibe, they just care about the vibe. A lot of people don't even listen to the lyrics.
Right. 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 And I think that I'm glad that you said that. I think that the generation right up under us, which I call them Pluto Sag, because Pluto moves like every 14, 15 years. That's how we get like tags like millennial and shit like that. Because
Okay.
most of us are Pluto Scorpios. But Pluto Sag are fillers. They're fillers, and they're gonna go find what they want. We wanted it to come to us because we were conditioned that way. You know, um, And you had the early adapters who were able to find like a Kid Cudi before Kid Cudi pop. But for the most part, we was waiting on somebody to co-sign that shit. Where his deal at? Who he signed with? If he just a regular nigga rapping, yeah, he go hard, but we didn't put him in the same sphere as somebody that
It's
was
still like
actually
that now, bro.
to a certain extent, because you got some of these niggas that aren't signed at all, bro. That like prime example, I got this streaming model from this white boy named Aiden Ross that most people don't even know who he is. But he got 2 million subscribers on YouTube, and my boy just played Twitch and stream live. And bro, I looked at a video. I'm sitting in front of my aunt, who she always kind of brings this stuff up to me. She Aquarius, so she be kind of paying attention to seeing like what we doing compared to what they used to do. And bro, this nigga posted a video a day before, and that nigga had hit like maybe 5 million views. And you do the math, bro, at 10 cents a view.
Hmm.
And it's just because if you go to Aiden shit, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Because
can
I
hear
had a
you.
call come through. Okay. If you go to Aiden shit, the number one thing about Aiden is he say, I live stream every day. Every day. No matter what, bro. And it'd be like 6 hour streams, bro. And I know he got to sit through that shit and cut it up and all of that. So it's just a work ethic of him, to me, on a metaphysical level, of him putting that energy out, that desire, that passion, and really meeting the material world halfway with, all right, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
You know, you know what I mean? With no expectation. Because that nigga couldn't have known that shit was gonna happen like that, bro. Couldn't
Okay.
have. So yeah, I've gotten back into a space. This is the only thing that got me back to a space that I was like, all right, maybe I would make music again if it could be fun, because like I'm having fun talking on this fucking microphone, talking to people,
You said you would or wouldn't?
exchanging ideas. Yeah, I think I would. I
Oh,
think I
okay.
would. It would have to be the right situation studio wise though, as far
So
as like
like,
comfort.
is this your route to the music, or it is like a Joe Budden, like I'm not making music no more?
um No, I did not sit down and say, "All right, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna drop an EP next year." Nah.
Hmm.
So,
Okay.
but I'm also not ruling out. I'm not on no Joe Budden shit and saying fuck music and fuck rappers.
Yeah, you're just trying to get these ideas and thoughts off.
I'm just trying to think. So I got something also. You know me, like I be on the astrology tough. I got something called a Gemini Chiron. So your Chiron is your trauma in your chart. Everybody has one. Um, and there are different themes per the sign. With my Chiron being in Gemini, my trauma is a lot of people think I write and speak more better than I think I do myself. So like I'll make a verse and internally I'll be like, man, this shit trash. But
Okay.
everybody else will be like, bro, this shit hard. Or
Hmm.
I'll express myself and I'll say something and people will probably think that it's profound or it's on point. And I'll be like, damn, I could have said that better. So
Okay.
like the way that I work through that Chiron is by communicating and putting shit out. So this is literally healing for me, bro. That's the reason why I'm telling you I don't have to have nothing come about. But I know it's gonna happen too. I know this
Is
this this is gonna work.
is this the fact it's unedited, and then you're
Yeah.
just doing it live and raw, and you don't have to, like, it's out already?
It's done. Like
But
no
that's
matter
like
what happens.
I understand that, and it's basically a cheat code for creators to a certain extent, because we have a tendency to criticize ourselves
Perfection.
a lot. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's cool for like free writing and stuff. I've been trying to, do journaling and stuff a lot more to get some of these thoughts off. But at some point, I feel like you're just talking to yourself.
And that, bro, I'm not gonna lie. That's what I like the most about it, though.
You
Fly.
like talking to yourself?
I have to, because at times when I'm talking to, I was like, all right, what do you think thoughts are to begin with? It's just you talking to yourself. So I'm like, damn, I do that a lot anyway. Like I think a lot. I was like, I may as well get some of this shit out of me, bro, versus just sitting with it and like even if it's not stressing me out, it's just creating some type of anxiety to where I feel like, all right, damn, I need to write this down, or I need to make a
Mm,
book, or I need to blah blah blah. I can just express it. And like I had told you, I told my homeboy Bean too. Oh no, I think I told Bean, I didn't tell you. Like, bro, we just gonna come on here and talk, and this could be an outline for your next novel, and it's
mm,
recorded.
right.
Versus us having a beautiful conversation at Whataburger, and now you got to go back and be under the pressure of, damn, what did I say?
Trying to remember what it
Uh,
was.
mhm. So I'm glad that you used the word hack because I did that for my own stream of consciousness. To be completely honest, like that's really what this is for, is to kind of just hack my own mind and like get myself out of my head and just real time with, like you said, being okay with fucking up, or being
Hmm.
okay with having something on my face, and it's I just can't be perfect, bro. And that perfection, us being creators and for so long, I think that perfection turns it manifests itself in a anxiety for some of us, bro, of
I
like
know,
just
but
wanting to
that's what sells though. That's what sells.
what perfection.
Yeah, everything has to be good. Have to be photo a Photoshop s quality. Like that's still a thing. If we're talking
Mm.
about like
Art,
outward
visual art.
perception, yeah, yeah. What you put out, or you just don't care what it looks like.
I think the don't care what it looks like is what's selling, bro, nowadays.
You think so?
Uh, I do, bro. I think that that's why I keep talking about authenticity. Like, I think that you also, bro. I'm so glad that you came on. I'm so glad that you, like I told you, I barely know what you look like. I'm glad you turned your video on because I think that this is what sells, not even sales, but this is what people gravitate to the most because, bro, you have no idea how much you might be inspiring someone else to be confident in themselves, bro, and in their talents. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's truly what is the magic behind household names. Is
Oh,
the
you think
fearlessness.
so?
It's the fearlessness, bro. I think that's the magic of a Drake, of a Kanye, of a, obviously they got their teams now and they've been doing this for so long and
Yeah.
they're in a different arena. But to get to
Hmm.
where they were, it was that confidence, bro. I think that confidence is a part of divinity because it's belief. It's you believing in yourself, you know what I mean? And believing in
Hmm.
yourself is a very powerful magnetic tool, G, because everybody believing in themselves would eliminate a lot of a lot of some of the seven deadly sins, my boy, like envy and
Believing in yourself.
I think so, bro.
So how do you separate the ego from that then?
So that's a really good question. And I'm not gonna pose that I just know the answer above all, like that I just, but I'll think about it out loud with you. So I used to be a person that thought that the ego needed to die. Um Now where I'm at with the ego is it just needs to be identified. You need to be aware of it.
Yeah, for
Um
sure.
because because like I call myself Vincent Brown, and technically that's what the ego is me identifying with myself as someone else told me to. Like every day,
Ooh.
I used to tell people this all the time. I used to be like, the ego lives and it really exploits your true nature when you wake up every day thinking that you're that versus what you truly are. That's the reason why people say wake up, meditate, wake up, pray, wake up. Just take that time to connect with the true source of life. Because if not, then you're gonna be on this rat wheel thinking that you got to be a linear person when life ain't linear, bro. You got
at
ups,
all.
downs, peaks, valleys, all of that. When you said ooh, and I said the ego, what were you just thinking about?
Because you was talking about identity and stuff like
Hmm.
that, right? And
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's where I'm at when I look at, well, when I'm trying right now, I'm trying to find what black culture is and what does it mean to be black.
Hmm.
And
Exactly.
I don't think we really have a definition.
Mm-mm.
And so that's
And
what
that's
that
that
reminded
might
me
be our
of.
biggest blessing, Fly.
You think it's a blessing?
I don't know. I said it might be though. It might be our
Okay, I'll
biggest
take your
blessing
might. I feel that might.
because I think that when we try to figure it out, it's us trying to put ourselves in the matrix, in that box structure that's been created when really we're spiritual beings and we know it. You know, like we're, we're a lot more than the European name that we go by, and
But see,
it creates
if I if I
cognitive
if
dissonance.
our name is our name, then you can't just push back from that, can you?
Not and still live in this world and go to the doctor and be able to go to the grocery store and have a bank account and all of that, which is what I'm saying. That's the dissonance. That's the tension, is knowing that you're greater than this system that's been created to kind of limit your being. You know what I mean? So basically, bro, I would say that this whole conversation, and one of the biggest plights of us being in this system, is trying to figure out how to manifest within it versus outside of that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm trying to exist within. Like
Right.
I've done that spiritual thinking stuff you talk about, and I have to come
Right.
back to reality when your bill's
Right.
not paid. You
When
know what I'm
your bill's
saying?
not paid and
You feel
practical.
me?
Yeah, nah, I
Like
know.
so, like you can again, you can sit a talent and all that stuff all day, but if I can't sell, back to what I'm doing now. If I can't sell no $50 artwork, what we talking about? What is that talent good for? And it
Yeah.
goes back to the value. It goes back to I can believe my art is great, but if my art is so great, why is no one paying for it?
So it's not a to me, I'm glad we got here. To me,
It was
I
going
don't
there regardless.
I don't think
It's
that it's about the art anymore, Fly.
never about the art, is
It's
what my
about
point
it's
is.
about the artist.
It's always about the artist. That's why I
Yeah,
was asking you
I
about the
agree.
ego.
I see what you're saying.
That's why I was talking about the co-life following.
Well, that's the reason why I talk about astrology. I think
You can
once you figure out your chart, I think once
that
you figure
see
out
that's
your
why
chart.
see I'm with all that, but when I'm talking about real things, I don't want to make it spiritual based.
Well,
And
no,
that's
me
why I
either.
think the disconnect is because when I'm talking about real life tangible things, you keep taking the conversation there to something that's formless. And it's hard to
Well,
get a grasp on things when it's formless and metaphors.
and abstract, yeah, no, for sure. I agree with that completely, but I also think that's where the power. So, bro, Kanye believing in himself is what made Kanye Kanye. And Kanye knowing who he is what made Kanye. That's why that nigga said, "Okay, I can make clothes." It wasn't a practical model. It was, nigga, I'm the shit. My style matters more than yours. I'm gonna tell people. But the reason why I bring up astrology is my nigga is a motherfucking Cancer rising, which is a cardinal sign, which gets shit started. That's the reason why I have this stream before others. He's also a Gemini who knows how to communicate, and he's a Pisces moon who lives in a imagination fantasy land. He's a life path 11. You
See,
know, you can research all of this.
you got all this facts. And this is why I hit you
You
when
can
I hit
research
you.
all of this. You can
This is
research all
why
of this
I heard
and
you,
look it up.
brother. But this
Okay.
is why I hit you when I hit you. And you
Yeah, I
didn't
know.
get back to me
I
because
didn't, and I
I'm trying to
apologize.
find my there's no apology necessary. But
Well,
this
that's just me as a person.
I'm still at the same place and I still need those answers. So if you can do all that for me, sir, off
I
camera,
got you.
whatever, I would
I got you.
appreciate that.
I
Cause
got you.
a brother lost out here. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I've
Nah.
tried many paths that people suggest, and then when
Hmm.
it comes to stuff like that, you don't get that same support. You know what I'm saying? Back. Like it's all about self. And I understand that you shouldn't have any expectations on people. But I just know
Nah.
it take money to make money, And so, how long do you push something that doesn't seem to be flowing? It's not, you know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
that's
You can't
real.
push against the current.
That's real, bro. Cause it's a map, bro, and that's the only reason why I go back to it. Is it's really not as abstract as people think. Like my bio used to say, logical minded empath. The way my chart is set up is I take that spiritual shit and I push it to conscious land, and I make it make sense
Yeah,
to me first, and then I'll show you on paper. So um, yeah, I had no problem with. Now that is where it gets tough for me. Where you're talking about your art is because everybody hits me with that, fam, bro. Everybody, I'm a life past 7, spiritual analyst, spiritual scientist. That's what they'll call it.
everybody hit
And
you with what? Be specific for a second, so
I'm
I know
about
that.
to. I'm about to. Everybody hits me with the break down their chart. And
Oh,
but I feel like the integrity is in me doing it for the sake of doing it versus charging people for it. So that's the
either
reason
way,
why.
I pay people for stuff, and that's the thing. There's nothing wrong for charging, but I feel like certain people, if we're gonna do it, I'm gonna say black people don't feel like they should pay for certain stuff.
That's real.
Where other communities, and I don't know if you want to make it a class thing, but when you have a certain amount of money, you can afford certain luxuries. That's really what it is. But black people consider stuff that's not luxury to be luxury. Like the
Hmm.
$100 Jordan, like they'll pay 170 something for a Jordan, but I have problems selling $150 album art.
Hmm.
It's difficult. I see you paying wearing 4 and 5 pair of Jordan, but when I try to sell this one piece of artwork that's original and customized to you, it's a pushback on that.
Hmm.
And so if it's not about materialism, why we're talking about the bling and the gold and the shoes and all that, if it's not about that, I'm not materialistic. I have on a shirt that I've been having for years, nigga. Probably 10 years I'm
Same.
gonna have this shirt. You feel
Same.
me? You
I'm
can
minimal.
say I have a chart of materialism, and it's probably so because I know the value of money and I know without resources, you can't really do anything.
Well, you got that. I do remember. I looked up your numerology, and you're a master teacher. So I mean, you look at shit a little different than everybody else, anyway. And that's what you're here for. Like you, even right now, like the fact that we've hit this level, like I'm learning now from being quiet and just listening to you. And I think that's you knew that. I think when you were on your trajectory the most, your upward mobility in your art the most, you was tapping into that. Like the artwork that you did for me, I didn't have time to find it, but I'll maybe put it in a link or something for everyone to check out. The sore losers that you did, fam, with
You
the
talking about the euthanasia?
yeah,
Yeah, I
like
have it up. It's archived right now.
it's art child.
Archived, whatever the word is,
Oh,
how you
archived.
pronounce
Okay,
for it.
no, yeah,
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 yeah.
no,
I
no,
posted the other day. I posted before. I
and,
posted
and
numerous times
so you
before.
got
Yeah.
two things. So you got two things going on. I have a feeling that you have a 5 degree in your chart, which makes you ahead of the curve. I have a 5 degree Aries North node. So it's like it's gonna take a while for people to kind of catch up to where you are anyway. But as long as like you make visual art, as long as you have something that's actually out there concrete, you'll always be the proof that you were ahead. And then once people catch up, they'll
Who the fuck
actually
did this 10
understand.
years ago?
I know. I mean, but we are now. We are now. That's what matter. I don't even think I want to break down your shit like on camera or nothing like that. I want to call you, chop it up with you
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. I prefer it not be on camera.
Cool, awesome. I ain't gonna lie, I want to do that now.
Oh, you want to do it on camera?
No, I just want to break it down now. I'm in the space
Okay,
to look at your shit right
okay.
now. Um, and we've hit a hour on the conversation too. After we do it, I wouldn't mind you coming back on to just as a matter of fact, no. After we do it, nigga, go live life a little bit with what I done kind of like showed you, And I'm gonna look it all up for you. I'm gonna send you links. I'm gonna send you screenshots. Whatever apply to you. Whatever don't. It's really all math, fam.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all
I've had a
math.
numerology reading before. I paid somebody to do it before, and he would say I was on the right path. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But it's just not aligning. You
But
know, and like,
astrology is also another. It's like it's not just numerology, fam. You know what I mean? Like, so the way that I look at all of this, and that's what this will turn into as I talk to. I got this chick named Lily coming on, and we'll build like this. She told me to hit her up next week. She runs a page called Leo Aqua Libra Vibes, and it's a pretty successful page. But man, it's really just all energies, bro. It's all symbols. That's all reality is. It's all symbols. When you was talking about the ego, when we was talking about names, it's symbols. The fact that you know how to make visual art, you understand symbols. So, like somebody can give you an interpretation of what they feel like the symbols are, but it's really like how you interpret the symbols. Now, however, with me being a 7, I don't know what that person was, and me being a Cancer with the Gemini moon, I told you I push it to conscious land. I'm gonna give you screenshots of research, of factual, practical shit in this life from everybody that has something in common with your chart. And
okay,
from there, you're gonna be able to navigate what, how, and why there have been themes in your life. And that, now that's something that we can have a conversation about. It don't have to be an open discussion, but so we can navigate that correctly, because I'll be lying if I said I just sat down and only talked to God about all of this. Bro, I've researched this shit for, when you said it's been about 10 years, you remember when I hit you with the podcast shit when it was first coming to me. Bro,
mm-hmm.
that was like 6 years ago,
Yeah,
5 years ago.
self awareness is a wave that a lot of people don't even talk about.
Real talk.
You know what I'm
Um,
saying? That when people talk about growth and all that stuff, it takes
yeah,
time,
but they
bro.
skip, yeah, but they skip
Yeah,
that part of it all. You're right. When they talk about the secret and all of these get rich, or these what do they call it? Self help. They skip that part of it all. Like you said, being
yeah.
self aware and
The
then
non
learning,
tangibles.
yeah, and learning how to apply that to your life and to yourself. So yeah, bro, I'm really motivated to break your shit down now. So that's the way I'm gonna wrap this up. And
That's
then
a bet.
I need you to send me your birthday, year, time, and where you were born. And I'm about to start looking your shit up now, and I'm gonna figure out a way to kind of organize it and put it all together. Probably in a note. I'll share a note with you, and we'll just add to that. And then, bro, I'm not trying to. As a matter of fact, like you doing 25. Well, you said you was doing the whole point we was doing this for is because you doing the. Let me go to your
The
story
first
on
25.
right the first 25. Um, basically, if you follow Fly Witty Customs on Instagram, tap into his story. He'll explain to you how he's commissioning artwork for his followers as long as you cross promote and market with him, and he'll draw you. That's all I want, bro. Cash at me.
It's in this art style, black and white, quality photo, $50. It's 24 hours. Is if you ain't got $50 or you don't want to support $50, just share the post, put it out
Yeah.
there, help me. Cause if nobody ain't gonna do it for free, then that means I gotta throw some money on IG ads. So
Nah, I understand that. And bro, I'm trying to avoid that IG promotion and all of that too,
you
because I
can't
feel like
avoid it. You have to use it. And the thing is, $20 go for it, $50 go for it. It's not really no like real
oh, okay.
expensive thing. But if you ain't got no money, then you're not gonna do it anyway. That's just the way it is. Like what I was doing the trucking thing, man, before I came back to this art thing and just seeing money and stuff like that. And then Somebody lying out here, bro. Like we ain't had no conversation, but somebody is lying. Like everybody seems like they taking trips and living a real lavish life. Somebody's lying.
Hmm. That's real.
Somebody lying, bro, or living out credit cards.
Living off credit cards, bruh. And I've been kind of I've never had a credit card, fam. And I'm in this point in my life. I'm like, do I start to buy into the credit thing, or and I don't have bad credit. I have fair credit, but I've never had a card.
It's
I've just
benefits to it how you use it. Like that's going that financial wave. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
You know that's a wave too right now. That's the
big wave.
whole that's
I've
a
been
whole
trading.
bag.
That's the yeah. I've been trading binary options, bro. Like I've been paying attention to that a little bit. I got somebody coming on that's gonna explain NFTs and Forex and all of that. But yeah, bro.
Hmm.
You right about the waves. You can I wanna know what your moon is. You know your big three. Do you know anything about your astrology or just numerology?
Yeah, Capricorn, Sag, Gemini. So
You
Sag
got the Gemini
moon, Gemini
moon?
rising.
Oh,
Rising,
okay, Gemini
no, Sag
rising.
moon.
Got you. Got you. Cool beans. And you talking to a Cancer, Libra rising, Gemini moon. The degrees, all of that, bro. All of that matters. And I mean, that's what my Instagram is about, at Pitch the Puzzle. That's the reason why it's called Pitch the Puzzle. Even that
What
hits
does
on
that mean?
numerology. Right. So I was just about to say, even that hits on numerology. Let me see if I got my phone. It's on a charge. I'm gonna grab it real quick. I'm gonna post a link right now, or actually, I'm gonna send you an app because I don't know if I can post a link, but I'm gonna send you an app that I use. Give me a second.
All right.
All right. So, me and another seven kind of created this system, bro. He a Gemini moon too, and he's a Aquarius Gemini rising as well, and that's who I was trying to bring you on board to uh do some artwork for. His name is we renamed his brand. His name is Help, HELP.
Okay,
Uh at,
yes. I
at
remember that.
Storyboard Help on Instagram. And if you look at hopefully this bro, I'm really giving the game up with this one, and that's the whole point. I ain't no selfish nigga, bro. And you get to see kind of like my perspective on shit.
Yeah, and they giving up the game stuff. I've seen certain perspectives on that I thought was interesting.
Let me see. Can you see that? Is it too?
No, I can't see it at all, my guy.
Let me
And
try
then
to
like my
change.
screen is small on Safari. Like if I'm not using, no, that's not gonna work, my guy. If I'm not on a computer, I don't think I can really see that. You got to
I'll,
switch the screens up.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the,
yeah.
when you get a side by side joint.
Make them big.
All right, let me see. Yeah, I'm still not really able to read. That's a lot of text.
Yeah, I see a glare too from my window in the front, but I'll screenshot it or some shit, bro. I'll figure out a way to. Well, obviously I can send it to you straight to your phone, but I was trying to let everybody else see like so pitch the puzzle. When you look up the compound number, it's number 71, which equals a 8. And I'm just gonna read the spiritual number definition of pitch the puzzle. This is a highly spiritual number and expressed in symbolism by the 8-pointed star of Venus, which rules my rising. It's a symbol of peace and love. It is also called the star of the Magi, which magic is the prefix of magic, and expresses that the person it represents has risen superior in spirit to the trials and difficulties of his life and his career. It is considered a number of immortality and that the person's name lives after him. It is a fortunate number if it works out in relation to future events, provided it is not associated with single numbers of fours and eights. So it's like I use all of that as you can call it what you want, but I use all of that as easier ways to make decisions, because to me it's all a frequency thing, bro. And we don't know what we resonate with and what we don't resonate with and why. So it's more so a safer than sorry thing for me, and especially the way numbers break down, like you only have nine true numbers. So I feel like there's only nine true energies in this world, and everything else is kind of like a mixture, and we're just combining and compounding, kind of like an elemental, a periodic table, because 10 is just 1 plus 0, which is one. 11 is 1 plus 1, which is two. 12, 1 plus 2, which is three. It's all just cycles.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the number 20, 2 plus 0, which is two. So it's all also levels. Um, I started having this perspective when I started teaching myself how to code. When I started teaching myself how to code, like computer programming, that's
Mm-hmm.
when I started really kind of realizing. I was like, damn, like if you combine this with sacred geometry, which you're familiar with being a visual artist, you kind of have the fabric of reality. Because these words we're using are really just material constructs in our mind that we speak out and we project, and you know what I'm saying, like words really and they get deeper. I'm gonna wrap this up, bro. We get into like an hour and 30 minutes. We can have that conversation later, but I do want to break your shit down, and I do want to explain to you how, like when you said pitch the puzzle, I pitched the puzzle on purpose because I felt like it represented my chart. The chart is so important to me because I think that that is your true nature, no matter what. I will now. I'll go on the record and say that I'm not in the gray with that at all. I think that your chart is your true nature because nobody knew what time you was gonna come here. The stars make that same cycle that I was just showing you with the numbers, and that was a screenshot. Nobody will ever be able to take up the space and time that you were born because you were at that longitude and latitude and nobody else was. So
Mm-hmm.
there's some type of deeper meaning behind you being born. We'll just use mine. Me being born July the 20th, 1987, at 11:48 a.m. at this longitude and latitude. Nobody else could have took up that space other than my fucking twin, and even they had to come a minute later.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's something that goes into that. Now, astrology's been around for 2,400 years. The sun, the moon, these stars, these constellations, those were symbols and important before anything else. So how did those transfer into, like you being born and how you view your personality and all of this? That's where you have the real world or the material world or society as it is now. And I think that people are taught to have personalities versus who they truly are. And when you get into who you truly are, it's easier to navigate your life because you don't have this tension of uh political correctness and all of these extra things that come along with personality. I mean, this is all psychology. This is all Carl Jung. This is all psychoanalysis. All of this shit has been done practically as well. So you got the spiritual side of it, the metaphysical side of it, and then you got the actual discipline. Like Carl Jung was a psychologist, but he was also a numerologist. So that's the history behind it. uh I done did this research all day. This is what I do, bro. I just naturally, but I'm a seven. Like, so it goes right into what I'm telling you. I'm a seven. If you look up what a seven is and what they do, we try to find the secrets and the wisdom of life and everything that we do. Um, Everything ends up taking a philosophical
Yeah,
approach and tone.
that's in my mix too. And like I know you
I
trying to
know.
limit this conversation, but
Yeah,
you
I know.
continue talking, and it's the
I
reason
know.
that Joe Rogan's podcasts are that long.
I
Because
know.
you talk to certain guests and you already know what the energy is gonna be like and what you're gonna
And
be
you
talking
start
about.
unlocking it.
And
Hmm.
I'm silencing myself on certain topics because I know you're trying to close out. But
Yeah, yeah. Nah, speak your mind, bro. Speak your mind. I'm glad that you brought that. Like that was, bro. You're a fucking master number. So it's that same
I
frequency
have
as
a
the
few of them,
seven.
and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it.
It's the same
That's what it
frequency
is
of the
right now.
seven.
That's why I had that call with King Simon. Like I did my numerology or whatever. Gave me my numbers, and I already knew before I called him. I had all these master numbers, but I was looking for somebody to tell me what I'm supposed to do with that because
Hmm.
it seems weird. Like he told me it's rare, and I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
I'm rare. What I'm supposed to do with that information?
Well, to be honest, I really want to see your. That's the only reason why I'm cutting it off. I'm anxious to see what I'm looking at. But I did see your numerology a few years ago when you gave it to me, or that might have been last year.
Man,
Anyway,
that was like 6 months ago, bro.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it wasn't that
Um,
long ago at all.
right, right. So I do want to see what I'm looking at because some things, especially the spiritual thing, like a seven. I'll give you this, like a seven versus a eight. Eights manifest material easy. Like my kids are eights actually. My twins are eights. And they're able to navigate the material world with ease, you know. Eights become doctors, CEOs, all of these things that if you're only focused on material gain, you would say that shit, to be honest, you would want to be an eight. But they also understand the spiritual side of things. However, they kind of have this battle of fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, I'm gonna get the bag.
Mm-hmm.
50 Cent is a eight. 50 Cent definitely understands, like we talking about vibrations, frequencies. That's why he fuck with everybody. The way that he fuck with everybody. But it's more so like for his own personal gain or material gain or blah blah blah. Sevens, and I'm just speaking for the seven versus the eight to give you like a little perspective of some people. Like my gain is in the spiritual realm, which if you only focus on what life is telling you is important, that might depress you because
Yeah,
you
for
like,
sure.
damn, so I have all of this knowledge and eights come seek it all day long. Eights will talk to me all day about this shit, but they won't really add to it. They kind of like just absorbing what they can to see how
Mm-hmm.
can they use it and navigate their part of the spectrum with that whole right. But that's my whole. That's what I'm here for. And that don't mean that I won't have material success, like you saying. Like I've ran a company and all kind of shit, but it's just
Yeah.
like it's not my focus.
Yeah,
You
you
know what
keep
I
coming
mean?
back over here. I'm like, what you doing over here?
Exactly. This is what I'm here for, famo. So like once I see your breakdown, you know, you got to kind of see like where does so I have material blessings or fortunes in my chart, or let's just use my numerology to kind of keep it focused. So we just going to talk about the numbers for now. I told you what the number seven represents. I told you eight. I have no eights at all, but I have almost all sevens and some nines. And nine is the humanitarian. So that's why I'll tell you, like with this stream, nigga, I just want to help all the time. Like I really don't have a choice. Like if I don't, I'm really kind of selling out. I'm selling my soul, so to speak, just mentally, because even if I came across $1 million right now, like I just showed you, this is what I tell you I want to do with it. If I come across
Amazing one.
$10,000 immediately, what I'm gonna do is open up a recycling center for niggas in my neighborhood or for
Mm-hmm.
homeless people. So now they can have a form of commerce. But me knowing that is what gave me that brilliant idea. Instead of saying I'm gonna get $1 million and I'm gonna start a radio network or whatever, which that is something that I would do too, because I know that that's helping broadcast these ideas. But see, I can't even think outside of it. I can't even think of a self-esteem that's not humanitarian oriented because I have all nine pinnacles and my heart's
Mm-hmm.
desire is a nine. So once I found that out, I was like, all right, cool. So I don't need to try to be like Money Man. I don't need to try to be like somebody else. Like this is my trajectory, and as long as I stay on it and be bold with it, it'll take me to where I want to go because that's where my magnetism comes. That's the difference that I have than other people. A lot of people that I met, even the other seven that I told you, where we kind of came up with these strategies these spiritual strategies to allow us to not overthink things, especially having that Gemini in us, which I'm pretty sure you do too. And my kids are Gemini risings too, and I see them kind of struggle with just thoughts all the time, like just thoughts.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, well, I'm the nigga to tell you, you a Gemini rising. There's nothing wrong with thinking. There's no such thing as overthinking with you. There's no such thing as spreading yourself too thin with you, fam. There's a such thing as overthinking if you a fucking Taurus rising, because you're supposed to be stubborn and on one track,
Mm,
and you're playing a long game. But if you don't keep your variety going with your Gemini rising, you might not touch the right thing. Like me, for instance, maybe this is the way that I'm able to open up the recycling center, not me making an EP.
mm,
But if I don't try to do this, or like the marketing, bro, I would have never understood the importance of money, and I would have never got to astrology and being able to figure out what people are and psychoanalyze people if I didn't go through marketing. I interviewed people 6 days a week, almost all day, bro. I probably met thousands of people, and that's what allowed me. And you know what I asked them? It was my cancer that allowed me to do that in that 10th house. Like I told you, career, my son, my personality will always take me to where I want to go, as long as I'm being true to me. Right now, peep this. I even had the same approach, the same seven approach with my business, which is supposed to be a systematic thing. When people came in and I interviewed them, imagine coming to an interview, bro. And the only thing that I asked these niggas was, what brought you here? And I shut up.
yeah.
So I'm giving them the seven wisdom there. Like, I don't even want you to work for me if you don't want to. I don't want you to work with me if you don't want to. And I'm gonna pay you whatever. Well, not whatever, because I gotta keep the
Right.
business going, but
Of
I'm gonna pay
course.
you $1,000 a week. You don't even deserve it. I'm gonna give it to you just to show you what kindness looks like, what you're capable of, and the fact that nigga, you gotta learn how to listen to somebody. And why not listen to the seven who I've put myself through the most to be able to give you wisdom when I'm talking to you versus, well, nigga, we ain't talking about the cowboy shirt I got on, you know? So I'll bring people in and I'll be like, what brings you in? And I'll
Which is
see.
also seven, actually, that I'm looking at
I
up.
peeped that. I peeped that when I first got on. Exactly. So when I'll hit people with that shit, they'll just freeze. And that's where I'll see the program just shut down. And I'll be like, look, bro, just open up. They'll sit down. I say, this is all I want to do, bro. The same thing with this fucking shit. This stream. I'll be like, look, I just want you to open up, be comfortable. I'm not here to judge you off of anything other than, can you like be yourself? So what
Mm.
brings you in today? And they'll freeze up. They'll want to go with the script. They'll be like, "Well, I'm looking for this and that," and I'm like, "No, no, 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 bro. I'm not asking you that regular interview shit. I really want to know, like, why are you in my office right now? Like, do you want a job? Are you searching for it yourself? Like, do you have goals? Do you need an apartment? Do you need a car? Like, do you even know why you're here, or are
Mm.
you just here because nigga your parents told you to get a job because you just graduated college and now you're supposed to go do this shit, you know? And most people will break down. Only the genuine ones would thrive in sales, which is talking to people.
But this is my question though. How did that information, one, help you hire someone? And then after you hired them, did what they told you, did they ethic, work ethic reflect that?
Now that's the part that I've seen is a difference in, if I'm gonna be honest, me and a lot of people. Some people can go there mentally and they can just be themselves, but they're not really ready to sacrifice physically. So they're not ready to work 6 day work weeks. They're not ready to work from 7 to 7 every day to get the same shit that we wrote down when I met them. All right, my nigga, you want a car? What kind of car? All right, my nigga, you want a house? Cool. All right, so this is what I did to get this. I can show you exactly how to do that because I'm doing it right now and I got 20 people doing it with me and we're all winning and you're the one looking for a job. But
Hmm.
as soon as the physical stress gets put on people, my nigga Beans said this. He said you're going to either modify your dreams or sharpen your skill set. And a lot of people choose modify their dreams versus sharpen their skill set.
Hmm.
And that's it. That's what it
Hmm.
always boils down to. And if I had to pick a percentage, I would say 98% of people modify their dreams from the 1,000 people that I talk to, bro.
Yeah, I
Only
noticed
two.
that. Yeah, I noticed that because I'm on my mastery mindset right now. I'm trying to figure out how to like it kind of like value, like knowing your value, but also how to be your best self and how to be like whatever you're interested in, be that, like you say, and then also know about that. Be as knowledgeable in that area as possible.
hmm But a lot of people start off with other things versus self. You see how you were talking about the practical world and this, they get distracted by material. And material takes their focus off of the inner world that we live with no matter what, no
Yeah, that's
matter
what
how
happened
much
to me. That's what happened to
hmm
me. Since we've spoken, that's what happened to me because I think I was already like
me too.
deep in it when you started doing the philosophy stuff, right? And I
Mhm.
had my different transitions with the knowledge and stuff like that to where I am now. And I'm almost like it's still back full circle because I'm back, going back to some of them same books, like
Mhm.
the Think and
Me
Grow
too.
Rich, the
Mhm.
40 Laws of Power,
Mhm.
um, just
I got
think like
tons of 'em.
right, and then like just getting a different understanding of money. Like once you acquire some money and see, hey,
How it flows.
yeah, and then like being able to make a certain level of purchase, like just straight up buying something for a certain amount versus to when you're trying to scrounge or stuff like that. And then when you
Mhm.
give somebody a mediocre price, it's a low price, but you thinking like you should be able to afford this, right? Like you make certain amount of money. This
Mhm.
little you can budget for this amount of money. Why is it such a big deal? Why is it such a pushback on my number? And I
Mhm.
know back in the day when I was doing the art, I didn't have no awareness of that. I'm like, okay, I work with your budget. Just give me such and such. Give me half
Mhm.
of it. Give me a piece of it. Give me some, and I'll work with you. And that's why I say that doesn't manifest into now because I'm seeing like anybody who has money, or if you don't have money, if you have your budget set towards something, you can afford a lot.
Every time. Every time. Like people afford like Christmas. Like, bro, you a Capricorn, around this time of year, boys figure out how to get shit done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You right.
So yeah, you want to work with people, but how much does the working with people come like you just accepting everybody's excuse?
Hmm. Hmm. So that's kind of a boundary conversation. And I look at everything through that lens so I won't overthink it. And this is another reason why I always go back to metaphysical land or brown land. It allows me not to have judgment off of what's going on. It allows me to see it through a logical lens of okay, this is why this nigga is like this. I can't expect a master teacher to be a 7. I can't expect a 8 to be a 9. A 8 is a 8 and a 9 is a 9.
What is it now? You
So
talking about life paths or what?
yeah, I'm talking about life path, but you
Oh,
got different combos. So all of that shit comes from life path will come from your birthday, but you also have a name that you believe. So you carry that frequency with you as well. How many vowels are in that name? How many consonants are in that name? And like when you get into the history of just lines in general, they all carry a fucking free. Think about the first niggas that were in caves that started writing on the wall. Where did that come from?
to write on the
Was it
wall.
some yeah, well, period. Like the first thing that was inscripted
Hmm.
that was able to nigga that transcends time. It wasn't like that before that happened. A portal opened up in human beings to be like, oh shit, I could put this right here and I can see this tomorrow and I can know how to get to the river. And everybody can. But what was it that they channeled? Like, what
It's
possessed them to do it?
I don't know. It's simpler than that to me. Like just knowing rocks last longer than other materials. So you can
Right.
find a way to indent or scribe or get impression into this material. It'll last a
Hmm.
lot longer for generations. You can pass that message on because the oral language and passing on information that way is still valid and still acceptable. But once that person is gone to share their voice, you have to have something written. Because it's
Right.
still people that feel like you shouldn't have certain stuff written down.
Right. Now, listen. You said it's simple to you, right,
Yeah.
my nigga? You you got the master teacher, you got all of these. I'll just say different combinations so people don't get lost, because this will be a theme period when I talk to people, regardless if you've listened to any other previous streams. Astrology or something gonna pop out anyway. But nigga, it's easy to you because you're a master teacher, or maybe the life path one, because that's what they do. But maybe the two is a person that it's easy to talk about their emotions. And that's all I'm trying to show you is
I'm
like,
I'm a
it's,
six, by the way. You keep skipping my
yeah,
number. I feel left out.
nah, 33, nah, that's, I keep calling you master teacher. So a lot of people like J. Cole, right? I think J. Cole mid. I think J. Cole is a mid artist. J. Cole's also, yeah, I'm being honest. I think he mid, and I think it's because he got a Taurus moon, and that's why I think he mid. He just moved too slow for
Can
my
you
Gemini,
imagine?
bro.
You're like, man, I don't like your Taurus moon. Like, how can you just be
That's
with
the way I
somebody?
that's the way I move, fam. That's the way I move. And it don't mean I won't, like I said, I don't judge them, but I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like study it.
Know who you're
I'll
dealing with. There's nothing wrong with that.
knowing what I'm looking at.
And you
Nipsey
don't have
even
to change
said
a
it.
person to know. Like, even if
Nips
you're a snake, you got to know you're around a snake and function and operate mastery. Like, Robert
Some people
Greene
will
wrote a book
thrive in
about
being a
mastery.
snake. Yeah, keep going.
Right. The mastery book, man, touched on that. Like, Robert Greene is an important author, man. Like, there's so many authors that wrote some
He is.
timeless books, and like people
He
just
is.
won't read.
Right.
And then
That's another
something else I've learned outside of self awareness is emotional maturity. Is something that a
bro,
lot of people are lacking to just be able to
emotional
think
IQ.
logically. Like, do
Hmm.
you know it's difficult for people to have certain conversations like this without even raising their voice and screaming
Right.
and talking over people?
Right. Right. Nah, I agree. I agree. I agree. But to be honest, bro, they probably got Aries somewhere. They probably got Leo somewhere. So some things are focused for other people. Like I got a lot of both of us, we got a lot of others in our chart other than your son. Some people are focused on self.
Hmm.
And you need both. Like that's the most important part of it all.
Yeah.
Is the others nigga need to see the self nigga to learn how, like you said, to put a boundary up, because you are others oriented, but your Capricorn is saying, nigga, how do I protect this though?
Hmm.
And I was on the opposite when I was talking about Cancer versus Capricorn. I'm on the opposite, being the water that, nigga, I'll go in whatever you put me in. I ain't tripping. I'm the others guy. Fuck
I'm
it,
with
I'll do it
that
for you.
too. But I'm
But
with
that's
that
not
too at this
you.
moment.
That's not you though.
I'm for whatever is considered right or just or whatever that is.
Righteous,
Which
yeah.
we know it's hard.
It's different framework and
Yeah, you
programs.
feel me?
Yeah. Hmm.
So whatever that is, I'll be that. You know what I'm saying? Or I can just cease to exist and just fall back.
Nah, bro. I think that this is definitely probably some type of, I don't know, collective thing going on, G. Maybe it's even just something that happens during this transit of the year. But for both of us to kind of hop back out and be in public again at the same time, it's definitely some type of, and us being on this motherfucker. And I was gonna tell you this. I'm glad it finally popped back up in my mind. Today is technically Capricorn Day. It's Saturn Day. That's the reason why we call it Saturday. And
Okay.
then, I knew that Capricorn season is coming around. So I was like, damn, that's crazy how I'm talking to this nigga fly with it and his birthday coming up. But I never knew you were the Sag moon,
Mhm.
which, I mean, we're in Sag season. So you really lit up
Mhm.
right now. So that's another thing. like bro, when you go back and do the work in patterns, you'll see certain people get looked at certain times in transits, and certain people make certain things at certain times in transits. And like I'll never forget when I first found that out and proved it. Metro Boomin and motherfucking 21 Savage dropped that album last year, and it was out of nowhere. Nobody knew about it, but it
Mhm.
fucking it made a big ass tidal wave. And I'm like, they got some type of sinistry shit going on. And it turns out Metro Boomin is a Virgo, which he's the
Mhm.
tinkerer, the researcher, the little
Mhm.
scientist. And then this nigga 21 Savage is a Libra. And they dropped it during Libra season. So they had the power of Virgo, which it was in retrograde too. So I think Mercury, which rules Virgo, was in retrograde, and then they dropped it in Libra season, which 21 Savage is shining. Did they do that on purpose? No. Do some people do it on purpose? Yeah. But the fact that they were just so aligned and they dropped it and boom, they was able to take advantage of that time
Mhm.
all over again. You know what I mean? After both of them taking a break for a while. And when I say that some people do it on purpose, bro, you got niggas like Future who talking about he called himself Pluto, and that's his motherfucking sun and his ruling planet. And he say, I'm on Pluto, I'm on Mars at the same damn time. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars, and he a seven.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
the science, I would almost argue, is something that nigga Future keeps with him at all times. He probably don't talk about it. A lot of people move like that, and that's he got the Gemini moon Aquarius rising. So that nigga probably is a selfish guy. He probably ain't doing it to teach you shit. He doing it because nigga, this is how I turn up. This my power. This what I believe in, and I'm gonna show you what belief look like. But I ain't gonna show you the details of it.
Mhm.
And that's just how he built. But I'll never forget when I was like, damn, this hood nigga talking about I'm on Pluto, I'm on Mars. Even if that was an accident, and you a Scorpio, and that's ruled by Pluto and Mars, and you a seven, that's super. That's no coincidence to me, bro.
Okay. You don't think that's coincidence? No. Okay.
I think that's either channeled. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that he heard it or so. How mathematically speaking, bro, you got all these planets, right? And you
Mhm.
name the two that are connected to your sun.
And what you
Your
probably want to have
sun,
a conversation, ask him about that, huh?
I got to.
Yeah.
I got to. Because another thing is you got Drake with October's very own. He done made a fucking cult of Scorpios. Scorpio
Oh yeah, yeah.
is our Pluto. Pluto, I told you, moves every 14 years. Therefore, Scorpio is in every millennial's chart. You got Scorpio Pluto, I got Scorpio Pluto. The other people that we know, that Michelle, how I met you, she got Scorpio Pluto. Blue got Scorpio Pluto.
Is that how you met me?
Yeah, I think that's how I know about you is through Michelle.
Oh wow.
Which Michelle be on this too. I wonder what she is. You know
Man,
her
I don't
birthday?
know. No, man, it's been so
That's how I met
long,
you.
man. Dang,
When the
it's been
last
so
time you
long,
talked to her?
man. Forever ago.
Yeah.
This is live, so I don't know, man.
Right. But
Forever ago.
Pluto is a very consistent thing in our generation. And you got Scorpios who have reached the highest success in our generation to a certain extent. I mean, you got other people that have become successful, but you got fucking Drake is astronomically more successful than other artists. And he's a Scorpio. And then he also works with Future, which is also a Scorpio. You know what I mean? And then he has October's very own, which this nigga 40, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not 40, it's his manager, I know for sure. He's a Scorpio.
Okay.
Like this nigga keeps Scorpios around him. It's almost like he got the fucking Lord of the Rings ring and he know it. And that nigga just his precious. which is
Yeah,
Scorpio.
this is something that I was talking to you about back then, like the mastermind group. I've never found that, bro.
What
I'm
mastermind group?
you don't know the
Oh, us
mastermind
building
group.
one?
Just in general, like everybody has to have like they click their team or whatever,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
is so hard to find somebody that's on the same wavelength in the same area with the same mind, purpose, target, all that.
I agree, bro. I've been trying to. So I've just gotten to a kind of individual space. I've been trying to pull people together for since I was a kid, bro. Like I told you, like if you look back and research just me in general in public, I've always put a team together, put a team together, put a team together. And that's how I got to this point. And if I'm gonna be honest, my biggest goal is to connect the whole wheel of the zodiac because I think that's how you build unicorns, which are $1 billion companies. Elon Musk is a Cancer. Elon Musk is a 7
Mm. A
with
lot of sevens.
Virg.
You know about a lot of sevens.
Hell yeah, that's how I tapped into my be this weird ass computer processor in public.
Hmm.
You know, that's what Elon is. Elon is just really just he calculating in public. You know, he broke down the automotive industry, and then like it's a like I said, the spiritual analyst, the spiritual scientist, he tapped into science. But before that, he was fucking with PayPal. So the same board that he had on PayPal is on Tesla and SpaceX. And my theory is them niggas got some type of synastry going on astrologically for them to keep that shit together. And you know, a board of directors, it got to be 12 people. You know,
Hmm.
now are they doing that on purpose? I don't know. But Elon, the front man, and he a 7. Is he the brains behind the operation? I don't know. But like I
Yeah,
said, he a
we
front
never
man
know.
and a 7. Exactly.
Yeah, we never know.
But I'm with you with the mastermind group, bro. That's truly that's my only goal in life is to put together that secret society that it don't even got to be a secret, but just that. And I don't want it to be a lot of people. I just want it that Justice League. That's
Yeah, it
my
doesn't have
only
to be a
goal.
lot of people. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have
Hmm.
to be, but that's a whole different conversation, man.
It's a
Cause,
whole
cause
different
bringing people
conversation.
together is a whole hard thing. That's why I think the selfish nature of someone is really what we are, but that ego
It's natural.
is real hard. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
If you're not logical and willing to listen to somebody, it's real hard to even get past that ego.
I agree. The ego indicator for me is are you your chart or not? If you're not your chart, you got ego in there. You're trying to be something that you're really not.
So that means you got to have everybody information before you even
Fuck with them, and
evaluate. Yeah.
that's how I've been moving for the past 4 or 5 years. Like I
So
knew
what
you were a
what you
master
st-
teacher. I knew you were a Capricorn. Remember, I brought that up before I asked.
Yeah, so what you start with? You like, okay, what's your sign? What's your sun sign?
Yeah,
What's the sign
even
that you go to first?
I'm glad that you brought this up. I just wrote down a note. I'm gonna show niggas in real life. That's gonna be some of my first in real life blogs.
Because
Is
I do
when
do
I'm
that.
when I'm out with people, bro. I ask them, "What's your birthday?" Immediately. I don't ask what's your sign because I think that that'll create the ego defense mechanism and be like, "Why you ask?" I say, "What's your birthday?"
Mm,
What's your birthday? And they always give it up. Sometimes they'll think, but they'll still give it up. They'll be
I'm gonna
like
try
April
that
30th.
then. I appreciate that. I'm gonna try that because
Uh-huh.
because
And once I
I
get
see the combativeness you're talking about when you ask what they sign. Why you want to know?
because they're trying to see like, are you trying to tell me who I'm gonna be? Nah. What I'm
No.
trying to do is get this shit for myself. You can be whatever you want to be over there, but I'm gonna keep reading it and putting it against
Thanks.
what I know.
Thanks. Thanks. Cause you know sometimes you can tell when something is off. Like, hold on, what's your sign? Okay, I
Mhm.
see. I see why you like you are. Okay, bet I can deal with that.
Like
You know how to maneuver it.
with Slim, I knew what I was dealing with, and that's the reason why I didn't take it personal. I didn't like. I feel like nobody should just let the man be himself and see how he feels afterwards, and then treat him the way he treated, or however you want to put whatever boundary you want to, but in that moment trying to tell a Gemini how to be, you're losing. You're not going to control them.
And see, and I don't know all the history, but I just thought the conversation was fascinating because you know who y'all two groups were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like at
And
that time, dog, like y'all both had something, and for whatever reason,
you see kind of the
duos
reason.
split.
You kind of see it a little bit. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to get King Blue on here, which is
Mm.
also a Capricorn.
Oh,
You
he
know,
a
I think
Capricorn?
uh-huh. He's a
Okay.
he's a Cap. Which is also one of the reasons why I think we hit so hard. You know, we covered the whole spectrum of the zodiac. Capricorn is Cancer sister sign, uh and Cancer is Capricorn sister sign. So you had like this dynamic of, you know what I mean, black and white, or brown and blue. You know what I
Yeah, I'm
mean?
looking
Of
forward to that
water.
conversation, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that conversation because y'all nobody really said like that's that
Right.
PR
That's
stuff
not
that
my
y'all
style.
y'all cats
N-
do. You know what I'm saying? No
nah.
one really is transparent with anything.
It's, I would love to be, bro, to be honest, but it's just I got so much respect for him that I don't want to speak on him without him being present, so he can defend himself and tell me how he felt at the time and blah blah blah. Cause it's never a right or wrong, bro. It's just two different people going through two different things and perceiving two different situations.
And if
You know what
y'all
I
was in
mean?
a space of creativity like that, is that something that can be, you know, tapped into again, or is that moment gone, or how you think that works looking
I think
back
the
on it now?
I think the way we are and how all that shit happened, like, and that is actually the coolest part is y'all don't know how those songs came about or none of that. Like, he used to be over this house right here, bro, almost every day, bro, sleeping on the floor every day. So like, it was natural, and
Yeah.
it's just naturally honest, and that goes to say like what I'm telling you with that Cancer Capricorn opposition. You know, Capricorn is also a cardinal sign. You all get shit started as well. Cancer
Mm,
gets shit started as well. So it was just a matter of us both figuring out, all right, that's, if I'm gonna be honest, through a logical lens with no emotion, that's why it split. Is because we're both
mm.
pioneers, and he went off to go do what the fuck he wanted to do, just like
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
off to go do what the fuck I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I
Dang.
mean?
Yeah, and that's an
Because,
easy way to put it.
and when you say cardinal, you know, like cardinal means that you get a season started. That's the reason why you have that pioneering energy. Y'all start winter. I since I know this now, and when I was talking about farming and the almanac, like that's who started mapping the stars first. And now that I know this now, niggas be like, damn, we in Texas and it still ain't got cold and it can't. I'm like, winter ain't even came yet. Nigga, wait till the first Capricorn birthday. Then you can complain about it getting cold.
Hmm.
We still in fall. Y'all
Yeah.
start winter. And then you got Aries, they start spring. Then you got Cancer, we start summer. Then you got Libra, they start fall. And those four zodiacs are the ones that are the most pioneer oriented as well.
Mm,
And then you got
mm,
mutable signs, which would be the second that comes. So the second, the mutable for us is uh for the water would be Scorpio, and it goes on and on. Like, and then you got the stubborn sign, which is the fixed. They're at the end. That's Taurus for the earth sign.
mm,
Yeah, that's Aquarius for the air sign. That's Pisces for the water sign, and for the fire sign that would be Sagittarius. Yeah, no, Leo. Leo is the fix, and all of those. If you know any of those people, they stubborn. They got some
yeah.
love on them. They kind, but nigga, they not going. They
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
going for it, bro.
That's a fact.
But yeah, bro, I am gonna wrap this up now. We got to do this again. You gave me a lot of and as a matter of fact, once I get done and you see it, bro, text me any tips. You gave me a lot of pointers, like to just let this motherfucker roll, because we wouldn't have got to some of the most valuable information, I feel like, for other people if we
Yeah.
didn't hit this 2 hour mark.
Yeah, you gonna do what you gonna do. I don't even know what your output is gonna be, but I'll see what it's gonna be, and I'll take it what it is.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
out there
see.
now. You know, I don't really
Right.
once it's done, I don't really trip too much on it.
M- Me either, bro. I even
But
try not to
everybody,
stick with it
five
too
fifty.
long.
If y'all got it, man, $550 from somewhere, man.
And get
Five
you a
fifty
personal
dollars.
portrait. Get you a personal portrait done, man. That's the only reason why I really brought him on is because why not, bro? Like you see some of this art, like my nigga's extremely talented. Even if it's not of you, it could be of a loved one. It could be of somebody that you want
Yeah,
to
well, yeah,
memorial.
bring out all the pets, man. Bring out all the pets.
The other pets. There you go. Like it's just something that you can have forever. I'm even gonna tap in with you. I'll probably have you do the kids, and I'll use it as a tattoo design because I really want to do a portrait of them on my body.
Okay.
So, yes, sir. Fly with it customs. I'm about to go ahead and get off this hoe. Text me what I was telling you. I need full name, birthday, year, month, where you were born, and then give me like a day or two, and I'm gonna send you some screenshots, and we'll go from there.
All right, we shall see.
All right, bro.
All right, peace.
Yeah.